Whew, we paid way too much for this box of 1985 Topps baseball, and today we're gonna run the numbers. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel where it's our goal to create the most accurate price guide for unopened collectible cards. In this video, we're gonna rewind the clock 40 years and take a look at 1985 Topps baseball. The base set has 792 cards, and the total print run in 1985 was 2.5 billion total cards. That's right. At one point, there were over 3 million copies of every card in the set. Back then, cards were distributed in vending boxes, wax boxes, cello boxes, rack boxes, and factory sealed sets. All right, we're not gonna bury the lead, at least not all of it. And for future viewers, all of the data we use today comes from early March 2025. A certified wax box costs an average of $650. If you had to, what would you guess it's actually worth? $500? Nope. $400? Not even close. How about $153? Yes, you heard that right. Wax boxes are worth about $153 each. If you'd like to understand how we came to this value, just continue watching as we reveal all of the data behind this valuation. We'll break down chase cards, the value of every type of retail box, diving into an interesting mix of facts and insights. All right, let's roll up our sleeves and calculate the final price guide values for unopened 1985 Topps baseball. This set's chase cards include the rookie cards of Roger Clemens, Eric Davis, Kirby Puckett, and most notably, the Mark McGwire Olympic card. The McGwire is considered the crown jewel of the set due to a lucky twist of history and timing. His inclusion on the '84 Olympic team and Topps' decision to include the team in the set created a rare pre-rookie card for arguably the most popular player of the 1990s. His professional rookie cards wouldn't debut until 2 years later, in 1987. Other high-value hits in the set include Mattingly's second-year card, Cal Ripken Jr.'s fourth-year card, and of course the greatest pitcher of all time, Nolan Ryan. We use something called expected value to determine what cards and boxes are worth. There's a lot of detail behind our calculations. So we created a separate video for those interested in the math behind the magic, and we'll link that video down below in the description. All right, let's round out all the cards from the set that are worth grading. These are our targets. 20 cards that are worth at least $100 in a PSA 10. Now we need PSA grading rates and values for our target cards. We're also going to go grab current market prices for unopened boxes. Each year and brand of cards is analyzed to create blended PSA grading rates. For our purposes, these rates reflect what we could accurately expect to get from PSA when submitting cards out of freshly opened packs. For 1985 Topps, our average PSA 10 rate is going to be 2.3%, and our average PSA 9 rate is going to be 22.4%. Most sets have exceptions that fall far enough out of the averages to be considered special cases. For 1985 Topps, here are the cards with unusually low grading rates compared to the rest of the cards in the set. All right, now that we've got all the data and we've done all the calculations, it's officially time to reveal our price guide values for unopened boxes of 1985 Topps baseball. And here they are from lowest to highest. Vending boxes are worth $142. Wax boxes come in at $153. Cello boxes are $193. Factory sets about $206. And rack boxes come in at a hefty $320. So, to the question, is it worth buying unopened boxes of 1985 Topps baseball and opening them? Let's take a look at the current average market price and return on investment for each box type. Probably no surprise at this point, but every box results in a significant loss. Overall, wax boxes are the worst value, and vending boxes are the best value. But even those result in a nearly 50% loss on your investment. So while it might be a valid investment to buy these boxes and store them away for the next 10 or 15 years, it is a terrible idea to buy 1985 Topps baseball and open them. As we always do, let's go ahead and round out this video with some interesting observations that came from our analysis. First, a vending box is worth almost the same as a wax box, but you can often find them for much cheaper, often less than half the price. Rack boxes are worth more than double what a wax box is worth, but based on current market prices only cost about 12% more. So if you do plan on investing in 1985 Topps baseball, your best values are going to be vending boxes and rack boxes. What would you guess is the most valuable card to pull from a box purely based on an expected value perspective? Like most collectors, you're probably thinking, well, the McGwire, obviously. It's pretty easy to think that. The Maguire in a PSA 10 is worth 3 times more than any other card in the set. Nope. From a purely financial perspective, you should be more excited to pull an Eric Davis rookie card than the Maguire Olympic card. This pretty clearly demonstrates how the PSA grading rate and current market prices can have such a big impact on expected value. The Maguire is just way less likely to be graded a 10. Alright, this one might blow your mind. The Mark Maguire Olympic card is worth about the same in expected value as the Dwight Gooden highlight card. Also, it's interesting to note, only 11 PSA 10 Gooden highlight cards exist. It's actually 28 times more rare than a PSA 10 Maguire. These 5 cards alone represent 54% of all value in any box. Note that the Clemens rookie card, despite being the 3rd most valuable card in the set in a PSA 10, got bumped out of this list due to the low PSA 10 rate it receives. Okay, another one for you. What do you think the chances are that you will pull a PSA 10 of any chase card out of a wax box? To start with, how many PSA 10 cards in general can we expect to pull out of a box? In this case, the math just simply doesn't lie. You'll get about 12 PSA 10s out of any given wax box. And that translates to about a 30% overall chance that we're going to pull one of our 20 chase cards in a PSA 10 from any given wax box. Which means, on average, we're going to have to open more than 3 wax boxes to find a single chase card in a PSA 10. The cost to do this would be about $2,145. The average chase card is worth $579 in a PSA 10. The math just ain't mathin', is it? Okay, last one. Let's talk about the crown jewel of the set, the Mark Maguire Olympic card. Based on the current PSA rate for this specific card, we would need to open 182 total wax boxes to find a single PSA 10 example on average. At a price of $650 per box, our average cost for chasing down a Maguire PSA 10 is over $118,000. And for those who want all the details, here are the expected values for the cards contributing to the final price guide value of a wax box. And that's a wrap on 1985 Topps Baseball. Bad investment. Stay tuned to the channel as we plan to release a new video about once a week where we break down an in-depth analysis of another set. As always, if you have a specific set in mind you'd like analyzed, please leave a comment below and we'll add it to our list. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm about to go post all my 1985 Topps inventory on eBay before this video becomes popular, and we'll see you next time.